Good day everybody, my name is Shanochi and welcome back to another Heretic videos. For today, we are going to take a look at the new event system update for Heretic. Now last Friday, the game developer gave us some detail for the game development process for the upcoming game update. But as always, you can find this information for Heretic Discord under the developer blog channels. The few things you need to know about the new update is that the game developer is planning to add a new event system for Arena mode, which increased the level of difficulty and bringing more challenge to the game. Now with that being said, here is the list of effects that will be implemented for the Arena mode. The event system will have two side effects and it can be either positive or negative. In addition to the event system, it also triggers randomly while you're playing Arena mode. Some of the effects are included such as the double elemental damage effects for fires, ice, and lighting, while reducing resistance for both players and monsters by 200%. Now that is a lot if you think about it. 200% feel almost exactly like using a turbo rune work, which reduces up to 180% ice resistance, and you are required to equip a shield with 6 Ace runes or perfect sapphires. Personally, I would not recommend using turbo rune work in this case because wave 3 have a lot of skeleton mages that does elemental damage, not to mention Azir decrypted hunter boss. I also noticed there's double damage for physical damage and 50% crit chance as well. So I can't even imagine how powerful that is if you get hit by melee or ranged voodoo. But then again, you might want to consider maxing out attacker damage attributes using shield wall or spear mastery for two-handed crusaders. There are also no life regeneration, no life leech, half life, double life, and smart upgrade. Now the smart upgrade is pretty cool by the way, since it upgrades normal and champions into rare yellow monster, which increased the drop rate as well. However, I'm actually curious whether there will be more than one event trigger at the same time, but we'll figure that out when we get into the Arena mode. Just in case if you hadn't yet noticed, this update also brings a few major changes to the caster skill tree, which apply the same way as Hunter and Crusader skill tree, meaning that you're going to need a lot of gears that give plus skill bonuses for the current level cap. In addition, Blizzard also received a very nice damage over time buff, so I'll be looking forward to use that ability along with my lighting and poison caster build. Now with that being said, let's go ahead and check out the new event system for the Arena mode. I will be using Magic Hunter builds for this video because I also want to take advantages of double elemental damage event system. I actually planned to run this build against Arena mode a while ago, but I never had time to do it, so this is a great opportunity to measure the limitations of this build. Keep in mind that the core item of this build is all plus skill bonuses. As always, the link of this build will be available in the video description below, so feel free to check it out. I'm going ahead and break down a few things how this build actually works. Magic Hunter only deals elemental damage with multi-shot and heavily focused on exhausted skill tree due to hit, chills, and charge passes. In addition to that, the new change to exhausted and mega skill tree does affect the overall DPS of this build, so I will be only using two types of elemental damage, mainly ice and lighting, but you can also use fire and ice combinations or fire and lighting as well. Another great thing about Hunter is that this is the only class left with a skill that can cancel auto skill animations. If you watch Elemental Crusader showcase videos, Turbo used to be the main skill to cancel out all auto skill animations while allowing players to position their characters after using skills like Cadaverine, Provoke, Shield Wars, or Shockwave. So the first event system that I encountered was no life leech attribute, which is not a problem for my character since my build heavily depending on life regenerations for Pleasant Palm and secondary defensive layer from Force Shields. However, since my Pleasant Palm is not maxed out, the skill only regenerates around 100 life per second, so I really need to be careful when this ability is on cooldown. I also noticed the event system lasts pretty long until the last 10 seconds of the wave bonus, which could be a huge problem for the later stage of the games, where melee ranged voodoos and Crypto Hunter does insane amount of damage. Now the second way is actually pretty nice since the event system gave me the double elemental damage for ice, which increased my ice damage overall and reducing both of my resistance and enemies by 200%. The amount of damage that I do is pretty nice, especially against creative warriors and they're immune to physical damage. At this part, I'm trying to run around to check my eye resistance and I noticed that my current eye resistance plus along with the current event system is not as bad as I thought it was. Now I did recommend not to use turbo rune word in arena modes due to the amount of eye resistance is being reduced by the rune word itself, but in this case I actually managed to balance out the eye resistance by using Azir Feathers and 6 socket shields with Ace runes, which left me around 11% eye resistance under the current event for ice damage. However, I believe I should have gotten 6 socket shield with perfect sapphire, so that would have given me an upper hand against Stone Aura in the later stage of the game. I also noticed that the event system will still trigger after the time bonus ended, which is something that I really need to keep in mind. However, the event system will end after you clear the wave. Now wave 4 is really something else. Ever since I encountered the smart upgrade event, all monsters that is spawning have been upgraded to rare type, that include noble up to champions. In addition, I didn't realize how strong they are, especially for ranged voodoo and crit hunters. Their damage is pretty insane and they can melt through my force shield easily without putting up a fight. I even tried to keep up with life regeneration for Pleasant Pond, but that didn't last long enough, so eventually I had to run around for shine buff. My best advice is try to kill all spawn rare monsters as much as you can, cast category debuff as early as possible, and avoid stacking rare monsters together. The rest of the video is a great example of things that you should not be doing during the spawn upgrade event. If you already noticed, I tried to stack them up and kill all rare monsters with category debuff, but I underestimate their power as they can absorb all my attack with the current spawn upgrade. Again, like I said, I'm starting to run around to use the shine buff that will give me an upper hand against the current wave, but I just realized my current DPS and equipment is not viable as much as I expected, so I'm pretty much a dead man at this point. Alright folks, that is all for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoy watching this type of content, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channels. This is Shanochi once again, and I will see you all next time. Laters!